Currently, my dream job would be an instructional coach in a secondary education setting. This presentation was made with that role in mind and would be presented to secondary teachers. This presentation will highlight the differences between services provided under special education and the Section 504. Students are eligible to receive special education services if they have been diagnosed with one or more of the 13 outlined disabilities under IDEA, and that disability affects the child's ability to learn. Children qualify for special education through an evaluation and referral process. School districts are federally obligated to identify and locate children within their district who are eligible or suspected to be eligible for special education services. Children enrolled in special education receive an individualized education plan, which outlines challenging academic goals for the student, as well as modifications and accommodations the student will receive in order to be successful. This plan is developed through collaboration of the school, parent, and student. Special education is coordinated on campus by certified special education teachers. Oversight of the program is conducted by the school administrator. In our case, that's the assistant principal. Instruction for students receiving special education must be designed with the accommodations and modifications a student receives in mind. Research has demonstrated that students with specific learning disability benefit greatly from explicit instruction that focuses on how they learn, not only what they learn. In other words, the instruction must both address what the student needs to learn and how they should learn it. 3 examples of strategies that meet the needs of focusing on both how to learn and what to learn are listed here. These strategies each focus on increasing reading comprehension for students with specific learning disability. Each approach encourages active reading rather than the passive approach many students with specific learning disability take. Common mistakes educators make when serving students enrolled in special education include failing to modify an ineffective IEP and failing to inform the faculty of yearly updates to the special education laws. Continual communication among the general education teacher, special education teacher, and parent will ensure that appropriate updates are made to the student's IEP when accommodations are found to be ineffective. A yearly update from the administration is provided to the faculty to ensure that all teachers working with students enrolled in special education are prepared to comply with laws and regulations. Campus administration will evaluate the effectiveness of the special education programs on campus by looking at the year-to-year growth of students on assessments and the percent of students meeting their goals outlined in their IEP. Section 504 is a civil rights law protecting students with disabilities from discrimination in the classroom. Students are eligible for a Section 504 plan if they have been diagnosed with a mental or physical impairment that affects one or more major life activities, such as thinking, learning, or concentrating. A student can be referred for evaluation by any person, including but not limited to teachers, guardians, and school counselors. Under Section 504, students receive a plan that outlines the accommodations they will receive in the classroom. Due to the lack of explicit instructions for coordination of the program in Section 504, there is a variation between districts as to who the personnel that coordinate the program. On our campus, the professional school counselors coordinate the Section 504 program and monitor the effectiveness of accommodations for students with 504 plans. Students under 504 receive the same curriculum and instruction as general education students. However, students with a Section 504 plan may not be denied any accommodations they are granted within their 504 plan. Accommodations do not change the instruction or curriculum, but change how the student accesses or receives the instruction. Examples of accommodations that might be listed on a Section 504 plan include oral administration of exams, preferential seating to minimize distractions in the classroom, and extra time to complete assignments. Common mistakes educators make with regards to Section 504 include confusing a section of 504 plan for an individual education plan and providing students with Section 504 plans modifications rather than only instructional accommodations. Education on the topics of special education in Section 504 can help prevent both of these mistakes from occurring. Evaluation of 504 will be conducted through classroom observations to ensure students receive their outlined accommodations and that they are effective accommodations for the student.